we're trying to get like an AI lead list. We have 614 leads from Texas. We have 113 we called in Louisiana, and 600 in Mississippi and Alabama we have to call. So I took y'all suggestions. We tried the bandit signs, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Digs, room for rent on Roomies also. So we're just doing everything we can, and everything y'all are saying is right. Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey man, how are you?
Oh, doing great, man. Thank y'all so much. I haven't been excited in a long time.
Good. That's what we want. We like excitement.
Oh man,
Yeah,
thank y'all so much.
just to show the people, Raj, how much planning did we do for this and scripts and stuff like that?
Literally zero.
I just recognized so Andy, I'll give you a little bit of background. Raj emailed us maybe like within the last week or two about an update. He's been doing a whole bunch of marketing. He's got a property, he's got a couple beds filled, and we're looking to fill like those last couple. He's just not really getting like a lot of phone calls and things like that. Raj, would you say that's a pretty good assessment of the situation?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Since like we've been talking, we have like about two or three more clients. The big thing is like turnover rate, man. We're in recovery housing, and also we're a nonprofit as well as the house operators, like on the real estate side. So I was hearing y'all talk about caseworkers, and I have both my board member, like for the nonprofit, like my partner in the business, and then also my virtual assistants in here also. So thank y'all so much. I wanted them to learn also, but we're trying to get like an AI lead list. So we have 614 leads from Texas. We have 113 we called in Louisiana, and 600 in Mississippi and Alabama we have to call. So I took y'all suggestions. We tried the bandit signs, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Digs, room for rent on Roomies also. So we're just doing everything we can, and everything y'all are saying is right. We average like 5 to 700 per room. We're just trying to really push it. You know what I'm saying? To open the next house and get this
Where are
one.
you located?
We're in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Cool.
Hmm.
Are you located there, Raj?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm also like doing in-house operation, and we're trying to train a member of our program to be like the housing director for this specific house. And like y'all said, give them a discount on rent and maybe their own room. But with this next client, this house will be filled. When we did move in and I started to take y'all suggestions, I got the gold course. I even wanted to do the done for you. We were still trying to get stable though. We've gotten pretty much this house almost full. After today, we have like two clients supposed to come. Another one, he's in college, he wants to come. And we have an investor who has a house he's getting ready for us in like he also had the war zone though. So in recovery, we're like, dude, if we move here, it's kind of like setting up like a reservation for
Yep,
these
that's
newer
true.
guys. You know what
Yep,
I'm saying? So
absolutely.
we're trying to see like, okay, should we? And we are trying to buy this whole block, man. I posted in the chat. I truly believe if we follow exactly how y'all are laying it out, we could like have multiple group homes on this block. And we just started a GoFundMe to purchase the distressed property next door, and we're
Nice.
getting another one donated. And then on the other side of town, we're trying to get another house donated and 20 acres to build a treatment center on it and get one of our outpatients to operate out of it. You know what I'm saying? So we're moving with it. Everything y'all are saying is working. We just need some suggestions with like the turnover rate and getting clients mixed with the recovery housing model from the general public. Cause like you're sharing a room for rent, okay, but like also the stigma attached to like recovery housing and then the general public, you know what I'm saying? So we're trying to see if we should move towards like a room for rent, just a group home model, or try to integrate it into our recovery model. And what kind of risk assessment that is, like, what does that look like? I have a lot of women who hit me up on Roomies Marketplace, Craigslist, even Facebook, blowing it up. And I use y'all's marketing for the flyer and everything. We just changed it a little bit, $600 for that model. But that's a lot more risk. We run on a licensure agreement, not necessarily like how y'all lay it out, a licensure agreement. And like we will regularly visit the house if it's to the general public, but we're kind of torn between like, do we want to just go all in for the recovery housing, which I believe we will, or do we want to kind of go towards more of like a open to the public in addition to recovery housing and go more towards community resources and get Section 8 involved with the homeless community until we can get them jobs, get them in our program, help them with any recovery process they need. You see what I'm saying? So that was a mouthful, and thank y'all so much. But I'm so grateful for the opportunity, man. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, we gotta kind of breeze through it. But in short, you're wondering the advantages, disadvantages between sticking to that strict like sober living model and the kind of opening it up to the general population, and wondering if you could mix those. Do I got it right for the most part?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so, brother. Yo.
Andy, I know you do that, right? It's not like you have people that come in that are working their sober, their treatment plans and things like that, mixed with the
Absolutely. Yeah.
public, right?
Yeah. And to your point earlier, you definitely look, you can be in a kind of a grimy area, but you are in some respects setting them up for failure because as you guys know, in any grimy part of the United States, there's drug dealers on every corner.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Like this specific area, dude, is like it's really rough right there. So like we want to stay closer to this location, and we do have an investor who's willing to like almost handpick properties. But the thing is, he was already getting this house ready for us, but he's still willing to work with us. But I do believe we should stick kind of closer so like the whole herd can stay close. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as far as like to the earlier question, it's just you can keep it. You'll see in our marketing that it's very vague, and that's why Andy gets so many different kinds of leads. You want personalities to match, right? You don't want to put in any
Yeah.
problem guests in there. You don't mix genders. But other than that, correct me if I'm wrong, Andy, but you're doing the model that he's kind of thinking of doing, which is mixing people who are in recovery
You're,
with
you're,
general
you're
public.
gonna have to look all these people at the very beginning until you carve out an amazing niche. You need to cast a wide net. You're gonna have people with brain trauma. You're gonna have people with substance abuse issues. You're gonna have people that are addicted to coffee. You're gonna have people that it truly runs the gamut. I mean, for all intents and purposes, the easiest way to describe it, you're dealing with people that have got mental health related issues. And if you've got a mental health related issue, typically there's going to be some sort of substance abuse related issue that comes along with that. But yeah, I mean, don't discriminate, cast a wide net, build up as many properties as possible. And then as you're doing that, you're going to meet a lot of caseworkers and you'll wind up niching down. And eventually it's just going to be like the Pareto principle. There's going to be 100 caseworkers out there. You're going to be working with 20 of them, and they're going to supply you with 80% of your clients.
And every one of your properties is quote unquote a sober living home, correct? Andy?
Yeah. Oh,
No,
go ahead.
for you, Andy.
Call it whatever you want to call it, Brandon. We don't really
No.
call them sober livings, but yeah, we can.
Well, there's no drugs, there's no
Yeah,
alcohol.
yeah, yeah, yeah. From that
Right.
standpoint, correct. Absolutely. Yeah.
So I did want to see if we could find like some holes in your marketing though, Raj. It sounds like you have like the back end stuff that a lot of people don't do. It sounds like you have that covered. Do you have somebody who's on the ground, you or someone else who's like, competent, personable? Do you have them trying to develop those relationships with the larger organizations in the area?
Yeah, so actually the founder is really awesome, like in-person relationships. We just met with a local reentry program for the sheriff's department,
Uh-huh.
and we've been speaking there pretty much every week. And also like other nonprofits, we're kind of like getting our feet on the ground with like meeting with other nonprofits and stuff like that. But like outpatient centers, we've met with like at least three of them in person, and we're trying to schedule like a bunch of more in-person meetings. They have like a couple of them we have lined up. One of them is like a women's recovery model, a nonprofit. I think our main thing, man, is like we've been really trying to directly contact these outpatient treatment centers, and I think we might do better with caseworkers, like y'all were talking about.
I wouldn't rely on like the cold calling and like the automated stuff. It's awesome that you have that set up. I think you definitely keep that, keep the ads, keep the marketplace, the roomies, because you're seeing that working already. Correct me if you have, maybe you are already doing this, but for this one, for example, real quick, have you heard of the Outreach Center?
No, not that one specifically.
Yeah. So you said there's a founder that you're working with as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to have your VAs kind of get the contacts, set up the meetings and things like that. I don't think you're going to close these larger organizations like via a cold call or something like that. So I would have your VA or you just kind of push for the meeting.
Brandon, I'll be right back.
Okay. Does that make sense? Like a place like this, I got a website, your VA is probably calling and speaking with a secretary, but it's going to be on you or the founder to really develop that relationship with the decision maker at a place like this.
I got you. Okay.
So I would go through, maybe do a little bit of manual research in the area to locate like the top, like the biggest, like 5 to 10 organizations. See if there's a Salvation Army in the area that offer services like this. United Way is one, Catholic Charities, also just kind of some manual research like this. So again, just doing it quick, but that would be one, like the outreach center.
Oh, dude, DuckDuckGo gives you some awesome leads, huh?
It's probably the same as Google.
Okay.
So you can just kind of tell like the larger ones by their website and kind of what it says. I like this site. A lot of the shelters and places like that, They might not even have a secretary that's opening, the emails and the phone calls and stuff. I would go through what you guys have already, look into like who you haven't contacted with, like who hasn't responded to emails. Try to locate some places that are just, it's clearly like it would be a good referral source if you had a relationship with them, like 5 to 10 key ones. And then you and the founder do a little bit of what's called the deeper marketing. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Like in-person relationships, that kind of thing.
Well, that's the key. It sounds like you guys have what we call wide marketing down, which is cool because that's usually what a lot of people do not have going. You have a background in real estate, right? Like, am I correct? Have you guys done real estate investing before?
This is really like my first like practical go with it. I've done a lot of studying and mentorship, but I'm really trying to take off now with it. So
Nice. So this is the stuff that it is going to take more time, but will have higher ROI. So what I mean by like you have the wide marketing, you have your lists, you're shooting off the cold calls and the basic emails. Do a little bit more deep marketing, which means, it's a little more targeted, a little more precise. It might take a little bit more research, but try to find the larger organizations, shelters, et cetera, in your area and start working to develop a relationship. It might take you 5 to 10 emails, calls, follow-ups, et cetera, to even get that first meeting. So check out, it sounds like your founder is good at this, I think you said, but you want to set up more meetings like this, where it's you or your founder speaking with a decision maker at a large organization, where, really developing that relationship, telling your story, getting what their needs are, et cetera. Probably stuff that your VA is not trained on doing, right? You want to develop a personal relationship with these larger places. Does that make
I
sense?
love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
And then this is stuff that like you and the founder could be going door to door as well. If you can't get a hold of them. Hey,
Man,
we're real estate investors. We have a couple properties. We're looking to offer affordable housing. Who can I speak with in housing? You're going to make their day. They're looking for people like you and you're just walking in their door. It's just a lot of these places are bureaucratic and you kind of have to fight with that. But I can already tell by talking with you, you're sharp, confident, good heart. These people will love you. This is what I mean by like deeper marketing. So yeah, they have their normal contact and like their basic info at Outreach Lafayette. You guys do a little bit, or you could, train your VA to do this as well once you figure it out. You go look at, all right, so there we go. This is who you want to speak with, probably. Syra.
okay.
That's her email right there. That's who you want to speak with. So that's what we mean by deep marketing. It's, you just go a little bit deeper. So you guys are like running and you guys are spraying, right? You got your AK-47s and you're just spraying. Do a little bit more kind of like recon and send some snipers now.
I got you, man.
But that's awesome, dude. You guys are off to an amazing start. I know you're at least starting with us, I think, like within the last couple minutes, or not minutes, but a couple weeks, it seems like, right?
Yeah, man. So like I watched the podcast, watched the YouTube, got the gold course, and like I really jumped in it. Like I see your stuff is so invaluable, like it's unbelievable, dude. Like out of everything I've researched in real estate, and then to find y'all and like Hannah, Patrick, Andrew, like you see the success, you hear it. Y'all do this for free. Like literally, y'all ask people to put ones in the chat. I started to put the one in the chat. Like I remember when I wouldn't put the one in the chat. Like the mindset, the switch flip, man, and like I just dove in. You know what I'm saying? And on moments like this, man, thank you so much. I can't wait to get on the podcast, get this house stabilized, get the next one up and running. And this was the missing key for sure, man. Like just in person, really deep dive, like you said, get laser focused, have these meetings and go from there, you know?
Awesome, dude. All right, that was my goal, man. I saw what you were doing, saw the results. I knew there would be like a hole somewhere, so I'm glad we found it.
Man, thank you all so much, brother.
All right, brother. We'll keep in touch. Let us know when that, like, at least the first one's kind of filled and stabilized a little, and we'll have you on that initial podcast.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, brother. Thank you, man.
All right. Thank y'all, man.